My name is Martin Doyle, and I am a professor of river science at the Nichols School of Environment here at Duke, and I wrote a book on America's rivers. So I drew on archival research in libraries and historical things like that. I drew on a lot of my own experiences in my career. And then to write the book, I actually went on the road, and that's a big part of the book. So I went to Vicksburg, Mississippi, and I worked with sandbag crews during a flood to try to see what it was like sandbagging a levee. I went to Nevada to look at some farms that were being bought by a hedge fund manager that actually invests and makes money off of water investments. I went to a ranch in Oregon to understand how ranching in the West works, and a particular rancher who uses beavers to restore his land. And the highlight for me personally was I hitched a ride on a barge tow down the Mississippi River and retraced the steps of Mark Twain himself in Life on the Mississippi. But in addition to these experiences, the real nugget of the book is that to understand America's rivers, you really have to understand America and the idea of America. So for instance, if you want to understand how levees work, you really need to understand the idea of federalism and what exactly federalism is, and just how that idea came to be in America. If you want to understand hydropower, you really need to understand why we do things with regulating the economy the way that we do. And so a lot of this book is actually thinking about rivers through the lens of America and the ideas behind America. But probably the central nugget of this book for me was that in order to understand America, you actually needed to understand rivers and how rivers have played out on the landscape of America. So, for instance, the Constitution itself came to being at a meeting that was set up by George Washington about how to negotiate interstate commerce on waterways and rivers in the early days of America. And the idea of regulating the economy actually came to be as we discovered, we moved into the Western landscape where there was more and more power available to be harnessed. So this book is really about America and its rivers, and about how you need to understand America by understanding its rivers.